maybe I should have got it medium well. Oh, hi there. Well, good morning. Well, today's news is quite interesting. The U.S. Army released a new ad on the Super Bowl, and it's in stark contrast to the original. Well, let's take a look at the original here and see what everyone's talking about. So this is called Emma the Calling, and let's see what we got here. All right, so we got some, we got some people. Yeah, they're people. Okay, and they're cartoons. You know, nothing says the Army. Nothing says the Army like a cartoon. True story. Okay, so, yeah, we got some peoples. Okay, the girl on the right looks kind of like she's not tall enough to be there, but hey, you know, whatever. Let's see what we got.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems.
Okay, so she's a technician. Okay. Doesn't look tall enough to really do that kind of job, but hey, you know, you're a mechanic, right? Okay. Cartoon still. Kind of weird.
It begins in California.
If it was anime, it would be better, but okay. Oh, California. There's your first problem. They don't want to serve our country.
With a little girl raised by two moms.
Oh, gosh. Ugh. Okay. No one cares where you came from. It's what you can do that matters. No one cares about these two moms. Oh, gosh. Golly. Oh, we know her name. Oh, I guess. Well, that makes sense. It is the title.
Although I had a fairly typical childhood.
Oh, yeah, typical childhood. Yep. Everyone has two moms. One of them's your real mom, and one of them is someone your mom bangs.
Took ballet.
The joke is funny the more I think about it.
I also marched for equality.
Oh, gosh. I marched for equality. What equality? What rights are you fighting for? The right to free speech? Pretty sure everyone has it. I mean, they didn't have the right to marry, but, you know, these days, does anyone want to?
I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age.
Defending freedom. Oh,
when I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed.
I mean, that sucks. This is a nice, you know, it's a story, but why are you, no one cares about your life story. We're trying to get people to join the Army, not be sad. Oh, well, my mom's. Which one, the real one?
The doctor said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet. Eventually standing at the...
Oh, gosh. They eventually got married. Pretty sure God didn't heal your legs so you can go marry a chick. But hey, what do I know?
Altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models,
gosh. You know what the animation style looks like? They're not going to like it. It's if you watched early animation in the 90s, particularly TV animation, or gosh, there's a few Christian TV shows that use this exact style of animation. It's dated, very dated. I don't see how this is artistically good. I mean, granted, this is an Army ad, so it's already bad because this is not appropriate for this setting. It's just weird.
School at the top of my class, and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of other strong women.
Oh gosh, I joined a sorority. Drank way too much. I mean, I don't know. This ad sucks. It really doesn't make me go, I want to join the Army. It makes me go, yeah. I guess the Army lets lesbians in now? Although, to be fair, she didn't say she was a lesbian.
Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women.
Okay, the women in the Army are like, what, 10%? There's not many. It sounds bad, but there's a reason for that, and I think the next ad that we're going to see is going to show that.
One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah,
I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an Army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way.
Oh gosh. Stereotype. This is Biden's.
I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
I feel bad for this girl because this just makes her look bad. I mean, she could be a qualified technician on the Patriot missile defense system. I mean, you're not out in the field actually having to fight and be strong. You just have to know how the machine works and push a few buttons. I mean, that's what that is. Granted, are you a target? Technically. Anybody in the military is a target. But does that require strength? Probably not. Let's be honest. Okay, so that's the Army. This ad, I remember vaguely when it came out a few years ago. 3 years ago. It is the Army's second most viewed video. If you go to their Army page here, it's not listed. It's not listed. Not one bit. Now, I checked into this. I wanted to know why it's not listed. If you look at it here, it shows unlisted. An unlisted video on YouTube basically means the video exists, but you can't search for it, and it won't come up in recommendations. Basically, the only way to find it is to have the original watch link. Now, the Army claims this, that it was, this is according to military.com, the calling was delisted from YouTube's service, which is what I just said, hiding it from results and recommendations, according to Laura DeFrancisco, Army spokesperson, who said the usage rights for the music were set to expire. Okay, expiring music rights, that's a reason. But if that was true, you could not still leave it as unlisted. I doubt they have a specific provision in their license agreement that says, oh, you can keep it online, just don't tell nobody about it. Even though the link still exists, the video still exists. And I'm not sure. I have to check YouTube, but if you favorited the video, I wonder if it stays in your favorites or if that's not possible. Now, the YouTube video itself does have those comments disabled. So yeah, I'm not sure if they ever existed. For a video with 5.1 million views to only have 15,000 likes. Now, I don't have the extension that tells you how many dislikes they are, and honestly, I'm not sure I trust it because the extension that exists out there, from what I understand how it operates based on the people who already have that thing installed. So it tracks it when you push the button, not what's actually there. It's not revealing what's hidden on YouTube or anything. It's revealing what people who already use that extension that reveals dislikes are doing. And from what I gather, the people using that tend to lean either on the conservative or right side of politics, and they tend to dislike most of these things and tend to dislike a lot of videos like that. The whole Snow White thing's like that, although that one's just terrible in general. I really doubt anyone really likes that, but that's another story. So let's take a look at what is actually going on. So I believe it's on X, and let's see what the U.S. Army is doing now. Okay, you got a dude. Man, that is some heavy weight. Golly. I need to go back to the gym. I mean, yeah. This is what you need in the military. You need a dude.
Harder to kill.
Yeah, strong people are harder to kill. Yeah, I'd say so. I would say so. Golly. Okay, that dude is who you expect to fight. This dude is what the military needs. Guys like this. I mean, golly, man. That dude is ripped. Golly, I mean, look at that. I mean, if you work hard enough, which arm? This arm. Look at that. If you worked hard enough, you could probably end up like me, but, no one's perfect. That's what you expect, though. You look for a guy in a crowd, you go, which guy here might be in the Army? You look for a built dude with a short hairstyle, and that's what you find. That dude is the epitome of what the Army needs. That's just logic. And for a while, I think the Russians had a pretty good, and the Chinese had some pretty good ads for their videos. I'm not going to pull those up. But yeah, this is what we need. This is the kind of Army we want. I don't know why the Army released the other ad. I mean, they have other stuff in here, and these are some good stuff. I'm not going to go through all their whole video thing, but if you want to check out the U.S. Army's YouTube page, check it out. They got some good stuff. But clearly, they don't always have good stuff. Let's see. That's from the Army.mil. Anime and the Anthology. So it's an anthology series. There's more than that, just one video, but that was one of the worst. So we're just gonna exit out of that, and we're gonna go back out here, and let's see here. I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about this morning, and it is Trump's transgender ban in the military. Yeah, here we go. Much like during Trump's first term, this is from CBSNews.com. The U.S. Army will no longer allow transgender people to enlist and will stop providing gender-affirming care for service members. This makes sense. I mean, think about it. If you're transgender, you have to have usually, you're having hormones, surgeries, all these other things that have to happen to cure your gender dysphoria, if it even cures it at all, which I have my doubts that it really does. I really don't think this actually works, but hey, I'm no doctor. They report that so they will stop performing the facility procedures associated with gender transition. Most of the time, I mean, they shouldn't be doing this anyway. These are cosmetic things in general, technically. What, breast implants, downstairs surgeries? These are cosmetic things. According to the woke left, you don't have to have any of these to be trans. You can just be. Which I wonder, I would love to talk to a trans person who's been around the block a few times and get their feel on, like, what it really means. Like, do the people that are on the far left here that say that there is no such, that you don't need surgeries, that you don't need anything to be trans, and you can just walk out the door and say, excuse me, I'm trans and I'm, I don't have to do anything about it? Does that make sense to a trans person? I'm just curious. Is that something that is there? Let's see. Yeah. Is Director, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude. Yeah, he's the one who's leading the charge on this, obviously, because he's the Defense Secretary. Yeah, Trump banned them back when he first started the first term, and I don't believe he cut out people who are already there. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to those already there. Trump's a little tougher on this one this time around. I would not be surprised if he offers a buyout plan for these people. I don't know what to do. If I was the guy, if I was the president, and I was going to do this, obviously banning them from going in, that makes sense. You have a mental condition. Hate to say it, but you do. And you don't need people with a mental condition with a bunch of firearms. That's just common sense. It's common sense gun control. People in the military have a hard enough time on their own already. It's difficult. So, what would I do? If they're already in there, and they've proven to not have any issues, then I would probably let them work out their term and just not change anything. But they would not be provided any care related to that issue. I'd leave them in, but not hire anymore. I mean, godly, I'm pretty sure you can't be overweight, you can't be diabetic, you can't have any. There's a lot of restrictions to join the U.S. military, and I think the last number I heard was 70% of military-age Americans would not qualify to join the armed forces. I'm about to be out of military age. Golly, I'm old. It's kind of sad. I almost joined. Gosh, I know I look back and I think I should have, but, I like the way my life is now. Let's see. I had one other thing here, and I don't have it. Yeah, yes. I did do a little bit more on this for back to the U.S. Army ad. There it is. This is where the Army's website goes. If you try to find the calling, it ain't there. I don't know if they deleted it after all the controversy a few years ago, or if it's a new delete, but they sure aren't proud of it. They sure aren't proud of it. I'm loving this, man. Trump is really, I believe they've had the best recruiting numbers for the U.S. Armed Forces in years. I think 15 years they've had the best recruiting numbers since Trump became elected. Or, well, once he won the election is when the recruiting numbers started to skyrocket. All of a sudden, people had a guy they were willing to fight for. And, you wouldn't think that'd be necessary, but if you think Biden's going to start World War III for a stupid reason, you're probably not going to join the military. If you think Trump's going to start World War III, but he's going to have a good reason for it, you might join. Or, more likely, Trump's going to keep the world safe, and occasionally you may have to go out and, take out the bad guys. But, not a full-scale war. I mean, Trump already launched an incursion into, I believe, was it Somalia? He launched, let's see, Trump F-16s attack where? There was an F-16 attack. Let's see. I can't find it. Yeah, one last quick thing before we go for the day. Yeah, this is it right here. This is from BBC News. He ordered a military... Yeah, this is Somalia. That's what I thought. He ordered a military airstrikes on a senior attack planner. Basically, terrorists. These are the bad guys. And this is how you do it. You don't have to send boots in the ground. You don't have to invade Somalia. To be fair, not much to invade. It hasn't been a country in decades. You send them in. You go, hey, this guy's a bad guy. We can't have him. He's part of ISIS. Or, well, affiliated with ISIS. Actually, I don't know. The acronym still works. Islamic State in Somalia. Even though when we usually refer to ISIS, we're usually referring to Islamic State in Syria. That's usually, when people say ISIS, that's usually what they mean. But technically, the acronym works for a lot of different places that start with S. Islamic State in Southern California. Actually, that's probably a place. Maybe. But yeah, that's what Trump does. There's a lot of different views on presidents, on their use of the military. And I think I'll go over that in another video because I have a lot to say about it, and we're running out of time this morning. So, what do you think? Do you like the new ad? Is it good? Do you like the old one better? Why? I mean, really, why? Why would you ever like that? If you're gonna do animation for a military ad, anime or go home. #Gate.